I have made enough mistakes in my life to last me a lifetime. So I reached out to my subscribers, I reached out to some of my other YouTubers, and a couple other woodworkers that I know. And I asked them one question. What is the one piece of advice that you wish that you had gotten when you started woodworking? And these are the 5 most common answers that I got, along with a bonus. Number 1. Be careful of who you compare yourself to. If you've been woodworking for 3 months, don't compare your project to someone who's been woodworking for 20 years. Even comparing yourself to someone who's been woodworking the same amount of time as you have can be misleading. I have seen people like trim carpenters and artists whose first projects were amazing, but they are the exception, not the rule. The rest of us have to spend a lot of time and a lot of effort just to get to a point where our projects are decent. So instead of comparing yourself to someone else, compare yourself to yourself. Pay attention to how long it takes you to do things and how long you have to think about doing simple things. By doing this, the now you will always be the winner. Number 2, don't rush projects. Most mistakes are made when people are in a rush, and mistakes come in all sizes. From small mistakes like having to recut a board to major injury and even death. Death may sound extreme, but look it up, it does happen. But we'll talk about safety a little later. It's hard to have a piece in the limelight if it's full of mistakes. But mistakes aren't the only drawback to being in a rush. Rushing a project can cause you stress, and stress is the opposite of what you want to get out of woodworking. I'm not saying to make time stand still. After all, it's your free will to stress all you want to. But if you want to have a ghost of a chance of enjoying yourself in your woodworking shop, keep this advice closer to your heart. Slow down, pay attention, and enjoy the process. After all, it's not going to matter if it takes you a day or 2 longer to finish a project that's most likely going in your own home. Number 3, learn everything that you can. Be a student of woodworking, because the more you know, the more enjoyment that you'll get from it. Watch a lot of YouTube. Now, obviously, I want you to watch all of mine, but don't just watch me. We live in an age where we have access to an almost unlimited amount of free information. So take advantage of it, because that wasn't the case 20 years ago. So take advantage of what's in front of you right now. Learn and find multiple ways to do things. Then use that information to find which way works best for you. Find people in groups on social media and share information back and forth. Find people that are close to you and go see them. Look at their setup and let them let you look at your setup. Learn about different tools and learn what tools that you actually need to get the results that you're looking for. Knowing and understanding tools will save you a ton of money in the long run. Not only learn, but fully understand wood movement and the advantages of different grain patterns with stability. There is nothing worse than spending a lot of time and a lot of money on a project that looks like a potato chip a week later. Number 4, try every type of project that you can. There are many different types of woodworking. Think about it. You have furniture, cabinetry, boxes, and trays, just to name a few. Then you can break those down even further, like inexpensive or fine furniture. What about epoxy or traditional table? Then different styles like shaker or mid-century modern. I could spend hours telling you about all the different directions that you could go as a woodworker, but I won't. But the fact is that when you start woodworking, you have no idea what you will enjoy building the most. So find something that's interesting and explore it. But be careful. Don't spend a lot of money on tools until you know if it's something that you're really going to enjoy doing. I have heard from a lot of people while researching this video that has lathes and expensive hand tools in their shops that hasn't been touched in years. So find a makerspace or a friend with some of those expensive specialty tools and try before you buy. Number 5, safety. Before you click off, just hear me out for a minute. Safety is boring, so instead of lecturing you about it, I'm going to tell you a story. There was a doctor in a small town that I used to live in. He had his own practice, a nice home, a family, everything that you would expect a doctor to have. He was also a woodworker. Long story short, he cut his index finger and his thumb off. One cut, and not only his life, but his entire family's life changed in an instant. Because of his particular specialty, he was no longer able to practice medicine. So take care of yourself. Take care of your fingers, your eyes, your ears, and your lungs. Bonus, have fun. Above all else, woodworking should be something that you enjoy. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Think about something that you're already great at, whether it's sports, music, your job, whatever. Then think about the first time you did that and how long it took you to get to where you are now. Woodworking is going to be the same way. You're not going to be Matthew Cremona on your first project, and most likely not even your 50th. Being great at anything takes time and practice. So don't put too much focus on the destination, just enjoy the journey.